Well, here we are. We're in the bee shed. It's the 30th of May. It's now about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're getting ready to start processing some honey. So a few things that you need are a couple tools of the trade. Basically, you need an uncapping knife, you need some form of wax remover, be it different tools of different trades, and it all depends upon what you like to use for removing wax. The wax has to come off in order to get the honey out, and then once you get the honey out, you place the honey frames in the spinner. The spinner, known as an extractor, will spin the frames, cast the honey out to the sides, collects in the bottom, and then it pours into a bucket. So that's what we're going to try to show you here today, and hopefully we can help you to learn how to do this in the future. This system is known as the hive butler. The hive butler can hold up to 10 frames. It has a perforated board down in the bottom that, as you cut off the wax, it can drip down and it will collect in this bottom tank that has a gate on it. This is a really good system for removing wax and letting it drain, and then being able to still get honey off of the cappings. It has a 10 frame deep here that has nothing except a screw in it, and that helps for when you're harvesting your honey. You can stand the frame on the side and you can spin it to cut wax cappings off. You can take your knife and you can cut off the cappings, and anything that's left you can either use your capping fork and cap it off. It's not for scratching. You literally get underneath the cappings and just remove them, or you can take this spike roller looking thing and you can roll it across and break all the cappings and get it ready for spinning. Because this is a thick frame, I can only get some of it. Because some are fat and some is thin, and I don't want to dump a lot of honey down inside this. I want it to go into the extractor. So I'll take the extracting forks here, pull that off, and you can start scraping off the cappings, getting underneath them and pulling them off. And little by little, with a little practice, it gets really easy. And then you can just go under there and pull it all off, lifting every now and then just scrape the wax off. And this way you get all the cappings removed. Because once they're removed, then the frame's ready to go into the extractor to be spun to get all this delicious honey out of there. And then once it's done, you turn it, do the other side, and you can do the same thing. And then once all the cappings are removed, it goes straight into the extractor to be spun, which we'll show you here in a little bit. Now you can spin it and do it again. And again, you can take your knife, come right down the frame, and with a slow sawing motion, get what you can. And you just run the knife right down along the frame And you can see the cappings just peel back. And this is the other type where you can just come across it and you can remove the wax cappings this way, because you're going to poke holes in it, and then the honey can leach its way out as it's being spun. So it comes down to user preference of what you like to use. I like using the capping fork because you can get more of the wax out. When you use the other things, you end up with more wax inside the honey, which takes a little more filtering. Once this is done, I'm going to spin it over here so you can see the extractor. You take the frame and you come over to the extractor. This extractor can hold 2 shallows, a deep, or medium, depending upon what size frame you got. Something I haven't done yet is I got bolts that bolt this down to the floor, and that way you can spin it faster. But I figured I'd just go ahead and do it like this for now, and then I'll bolt it down on the next ones that we get going. So I'll be doing this for a little bit, and then you stop, you spin the frames on the other side, so you'll take the frame out, do a 180 with it, put it back in, and that gets the honey out on the other side. So while I do this, you all relax, and I'll turn the camera back on here in a minute. Get this so I can show you what's going on with it going. Ooh, does that smell good. You can see the frames are spinning. You can see on the side the honey is already starting to hit the sides, and then it'll run down the sides and collect in the bottom. See that there's still some honey in there, but on the other side there's a lot of honey. So we're going to flip them around, and you can see down inside how you can start to see some honey in there already. It's already starting to collect. So I ended up turning on the air conditioner, and I also bolted this down into the floor. It makes it a lot easier, that way it doesn't bounce around so much, and you can pick up the speed a little bit. When I pull these frames out, I'll show you how much honey that 4 frames, well actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frames, 2 shallows and 3 mediums put out into this. Now you can see the frame spinning. Just about all the honey's kicked out. And now I can show you, let me slow it down. It is all powered by hand. And this way I'll come around this side where there's hopefully no glow. Yeah, I'll need to get on this side. This way you can see down in there, you can see the honey that is collecting down there. There's probably 1.5 inches on the outside, and it's tapered up so that it drains. So now we continue on. Well, I can't spin it no more because the honey's hitting the bottom, so we got to start straining it. And 2023 honey. Ooh, is that pretty. Look at that color. Look at all that honey down in the bottom. Gotta drain some out so I can keep going. That's only 8 frames.